Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the In the Zone podcast. We are on What's in It for the Black People Network. It's your boy Brian B. Foster's semi in the building. I'm about to get the fuck out the building and let these ladies have this conversation, though I might chime in a time or 3.
Or 10.
Or
my girl
4.
Gina B is hosting. She just got off the mic. She's all warmed up, and now she's ready to talk some real shit. And
Absolutely,
I'm going to let the ladies have the floor. Enjoy.
Thank you, Brian. This is so much fun, right? We get to take over in the zone. I'm all about it, surrounded by some really incredible sisters. And so just really quick, want everyone to announce who they are. I want everybody to talk about themselves for like a second before we jump into all these questions that these men have for black women. Are we ready? Okay, why don't we start with you, Shanine?
So, hey, everybody. I am Shanine Murray, and just a little bit about me. I am a new author.
Oh, congratulations.
I just wrote a book. It is titled The Girl Code, Rules of Engagement, and it is for young women between the ages of, let's say, 17 to 26. So
Love it.
Be on the lookout for that.
Okay, thank you. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Angela Bell, and I'm a primary care doctor, sports medicine, lifestyle medicine. So I have to do a little plug to get vaccinated. It's like voting. Every vaccination counts, just like every vote counts. So I'm happy to be here and a little scared. I don't know what these questions are.
Oh, no, it's going to be great. Okay, Mika, tell us about yourself.
I am Miko Monroe. I am currently a voiceover actor. I'm here.
I see why.
I'm here a lot of the time. I started back in June on What's in It for the Black People Network, and I'm ready. I'm ready for this because I read the questions.
Oh, you did? Okay, so
yeah.
you're ready? You're ready? Okay, cool. I'm Gina B. I am also a co-host for Chris the Critic, former relationship columnist, sometimes still relationship columnist, and I think we can get started. So now Brian asked, he took a poll of men on, I don't know if you're a part of
Can you call that a poll, though, Gina?
Yeah. Well, kind of. That In the Zone group is a little bit off the chain. So if you're not a member of the In the Zone Facebook group, you will see some pretty incredible topics that get posted. Some of them I'm like, I'm not even going to touch that. And some of them are like pretty funny. But he asked if you could ask a black woman any question, what would it be? And so I have a list of those questions. And so I thought, or Brian thought, that it would be fun for us to address them here on his platform. So you want to get started with the first one?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Gina,
All
I
right.
love coffee. I'm just saying.
Isn't coffee incredible?
Cheers to coffee.
Coffee is the shit.
Cheers to coffee.
I had a lot of coffee. I had shots of coffee earlier
you
today.
know what? Espresso. I like it.
Espresso.
I like
Coffee
it when you
is the
think.
shit.
Coffee is the shit. Okay,
I
so
had
now that
mine.
we're all coffeeed up, let's talk about one of these questions. Let's start with, why is it so difficult for women to take accountability? That's a question for things.
It's valid, though.
I mean, it's a valid question. Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, and I think a lot of the guys are saying, like, women, you know, we don't take accountability when we're wrong. And I guess the men want to know what that's about. Shanine, why don't you start with us? Start that with us.
Well, first, let me just start off by saying I do take accountability. So, yeah, I take accountability, but I think that you said it, Gina, the word wrong. Women do not like to be wrong. So that would be
We're not usually.
definitely
Because we're not usually.
I'm proving your point. No.
Gina.
So that
Here I
would be
go.
a reason right there why women don't like to take accountability, because we don't like to be wrong. But I do take up accountability, and when I'm wrong, I will admit that I'm wrong. If I need to apologize, I will apologize. So that is not all women. For the person who asked that question, it's not all women, it's just some.
Some women. Okay, so maybe they should be more selective about who they're choosing. Angela,
I was
what do you
going to
think?
say, or his.
Or his.
Or his.
Or his. Yeah, exactly. Angela, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I honestly think it's a human characteristic to not want to be wrong. So I think men and women honestly do that. But, you know, of course, women don't want to be wrong. I'm like you, too. I want to take accountability. But it may take me a minute. I may sit back and think about it. And maybe I'll come back later, you know. But I try to take accountability, too. I think just people in general don't like to be wrong and have to go back and think back about everything they did wrong and recount everything and then have to apologize and then actually do something different after the fact. So
Well, sometimes you just go hard on your points.
exactly.
Right, like you go,
and
you go
that's really what it
in,
is.
right,
Like,
and then you're like,
we know we
oh.
got a point, but we know you can't really. It doesn't translate the same, right?
Right.
Yeah, it could be a lot to retract if you
Yeah,
go down this
like,
whole
so-
pathway.
And sometimes you're not 100% wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm about 80, 50, 30, 15% wrong. No, but I mean, you know, so it's a hard thing. But you know, we could ask the same of men, couldn't we?
Oh,
absolutely.
Characteristics.
But so they're gonna argue. I'm gonna tell you
Brian's
right now.
shaking his
When
head.
this thing-
He's like,
when
nope.
this thing goes up,
we
they're
are
gonna
right.
argue that we are not here to actually compare what we're better or bad at. So let's just
Let's just
focus on
stick
us.
with the women. Okay, let's stick with the women. Okay,
Otherwise, listen, I cuss. And there's
I'm
gonna be
about
some
you.
stuff to
Listen,
cuss about.
do it.
And he know that.
We
And
can't see
so-
the comments, her. By the way, we can't see anything on the screen. I don't know if anything's happening. Okay, so all right. Here's a good one. Women, you know, we have a lot of expectations of men in dating. Can you meet your own expectations is the question. Like all the things you want in a man, do you think that you match up to that? Miko.
My short answer is yes.
Your short answer is yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
So all of the
100%.
things, all the things. Now what is on your list of things that you must
I
have?
think that, like, I don't know. I consider myself a human. Like, I'm a little bit different when it comes to dating. Like, I'm not like a Uber dater or like a, what do you call it? Serial dater. Like, I don't
serial
do
dater.
that stuff, right? So for me, it's, you know, it's kindness, it's fairness, it's respectability, accountability, like, and just a real, at this age, like, honest conversation, right? Like, I dated a guy and he was like, it's wild to me that you've never asked me what I do for a living. I'm like, I know he has a corporate job, but what is that how is it my business? Like, as long as you're treating me well,
Right.
like, I'm good. And so
Okay.
I feel like if you pour into somebody what you want poured into you, then you're fine.
Okay. Okay. Now, Angela, okay, so you're a doctor.
This, Hey, I don't know. that
Which
I
is
like
awesome,
way this
by the way, which is
going.
awesome. But no. So what are your expectations as far as is like who you will date? And I don't know your status. I don't know if you're single, dating, whatever. But how do you
So I want
evaluate?
somebody to have a career. That's
Okay.
kind of sorry. And so I want somebody who has a career. That's my like number one. So that means that you've had goals and you know, have some plans for yourself in the future. Because that's what I have as well. You know, I want to be able to go on family vacations and do certain things. And so that's pretty much the main criteria. So you don't have to be a doctor.
Okay,
You know?
okay.
But I definitely think that my list, I'm putting out what I'm asking for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
So-
So you holding it down for what you want.
Absolutely.
Okay. Shanine, what are your thoughts?
I'm just gonna piggyback off of Miko, exactly what she said, and yes, to that answer, to that question, yes. But again, right, the same thing: trust, loyalty, accountability, honesty, kindness. You know, the basics that don't involve materialistic things or that don't involve financial things. You know,
Okay.
that is paramount to me. Character. Those are the things that are paramount to me. Like she said, you know, sometimes not even, you know, getting caught up in, oh, well, what do you do for a living, you know, and things like that. I have to just totally agree with that. And yeah, I do bring all of that to the table.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that question was honestly blanketed in finance. These are,
I think it was. I think
And
it
so
was.
The issue is like, yeah, wherever you can take me, I can take myself. That's the actual.
Right.
We're saying real things, right? We're not supposed to be political here.
Right.
Wherever you
Say
can
real
take me, I
things.
can take myself.
I do have to have a counterpoint. Can I say a little something? Like, okay, so I do want to go to a nice dinner, but I'm good with going to Harold's. But
Hello?
I want to go to that nice dinner too.
but on a good Wednesday.
But the thing is, you could also take him out to a nice dinner
I
if you need to.
can.
So there's
I
a
can, absolutely.
exactly.
A give
I
and
need him
take.
to be open to that, though.
okay.
Yeah.
You need to be open to
Trying
you
new things.
trying new things.
Yeah,
is what you need to be.
absolutely.
Okay, so you are definitely walking the talk. Okay. I'm trying to get through as many of these questions as possible. Is the point, right? So there's
Gina, real quick.
yes, sir.
Y'all better start kicking this shit for real. Kicking these Willy Bobos. Y'all being polite.
She
I want to
started
hear
nice.
the shits.
She talking,
I want
listen,
the shits.
She talking to us nice. so
We're
we talking
warming
back
up.
nice.
We're
I want the
warming
shits
up.
off.
All right.
And
Let me.
you right, Herb. I should have took the other chair because this one is low. My legs are too long. For
No,
this
you know,
chair.
you can, you know.
I can't. I'm gonna be on the floor.
Oh, you can. Okay.
No, I'm not.
All right, so let's talk about something. Let me go to one of these. Oh, here's a funny one. Who told y'all caterpillar eyelashes, costume wigs, and Uggs look good? Okay, first of all, no. No, I am always.
Also don't think that look good.
I am always like, okay, so, back when
Did you just pop?
I did, I don't.
Pop. Gina popped.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
So first of all, when like this is interesting to me, honestly, because at some point weaves and all that were supposed to be things that look natural, right?
Exactly.
But that you couldn't really, okay, like, is that a weave? I can't tell. Like, that was supposed to be part of the whole thing. Now it's just like, fuck it, it's fake. Like, and I don't understand, like, how we got to, let's look like natural women, to like, shit, we got all the, you know, we're 100% Kardashian up in this bitch. Like, how did we get there?
So here's a fun fact. Shanine and I used to do hair shows together, right? So we know the difference. I mean, I'm talking about for a long time.
Yes.
So it was all about like how it looked natural and bountiful. And then I was like, yeah, when people get to the point where they're like, oh, where did you get your hair? Something is wrong.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because they...
It's like, what is, but you know what I think? I attribute it to like stripper culture. Because, and then this is a man problem, to be honest with you, because men glorify this. Okay, and look at Shanine's t-shirt. She's like, closed legs, still get fed. But I attribute it to like, we are too deep into stripper culture right now. Like, look who is Cardi B, who got basically plucked off a pole and put in the studio. And everybody's like, I like Cardi. Like, Cardi's real. And yeah, but I mean, what is she doing for the female image?
The only reason I disagree with that is because people like to, because, and it's social media, right? Blame it on social media. Don't blame it on Cardi
Instagram.
B. Because let me
I'm not blaming it on her. I'm blaming it on the men.
Because
they like the shit.
And I'm gonna say this, and this is us being asking black girl anything, right? Diana Ross been wearing hair down to her ankle holes and eyelashes on her forehead for 50, 60
but
years.
she's also not wearing duct tape on her nipples.
She is, though, because she has to do the same thing that everybody else
But
is doing.
she's wearing something over it.
She's
is my
an
point.
entertainer.
Right.
What I'm saying is that didn't come from something that's new. It came from like, oh, now social media makes it a thing and everybody's doing it because they have different examples. But they've been doing this stuff for 50, 60, 70 years. Like, they've really been doing this for a long time.
I think we're an extreme.
Yeah, it's a fad.
I think we're a
super extreme.
little far.
I'm just saying, like, let's not act like spiderweb eyelashes I knew, because Diana Ross used to wear them all the time. Yeah. You know, I know that because I really love her whole life. I'm just saying, but she really used to like, but it was the same thing. It was just a different culture, and there was no like, it was concentrated in a space where it was entertainment versus like what's now is like, we don't know what's entertainment and what's ridiculous.
With Diana,
They've all blended together.
Diana's classy, so let's put that out there.
And this is what I'm saying about social media. It ain't no class left in it.
Zero.
Well, social media also takes away barriers. So social media makes people more accessible than they would be. Like, Diana Ross was like an icon. Like, you would never be able to like see any of her thoughts written out on Twitter back in the day. Like, and that's probably a good thing. I'm not sure. But well, what's we to blame for that? Then y'all to blame for men's
says if we to blame
sagging
for that.
pants. No, brother.
We don't like saggy pants. No.
We ain't to blame for no goddamn saggy pants.
The difference is y'all are gonna hit whatever is some eyelashes. We not gonna hit nothing in no sagging pants. They're disgusting.
Like, nobody. That's
Put your pants up, bro.
That is, and if you want to talk about the origin of that, I could break it down for you. But
right.
I mean, that is like some prison shit, to be honest with you. And
yes.
that is something that has been brought to the streets, and people have like kind of repurposed it, and that's where it still starts, right? It starts from, you know, a brother who's been taken advantage of, and that was the indication. And so now for some reason people think that is a fad, and I personally have never been physically attracted to anybody in some damn sagging pants. So
nice try, Bartell.
moving on. Okay, so
Can I just say, though, about the eyelashes? I feel
Yes.
like there's a huge sect of women that aren't doing that as well. I mean, take a look
Look
at
at
this
us.
table.
Right.
Yeah, but we're in the beauty
So-
business, so we gonna do it when it's called for, no matter what the eyelash is. We just ain't gonna we gonna probably pop them off before we leave the building,
Right.
or keep our down in summer spheres, go to one party and keep it moving.
So
But
that's
it's not something
different,
that we
too,
do
because
every
there
day.
is a group that comes to my
Yeah.
office as patients, and they have that on, you know, but you guys are different.
look, there was a sister in T-Mobile not long ago. I was mesmerized. She looked like she had a swarm of bats on her
hated him.
eyes.
I
And I was
hated him
like
so
trying to figure out like, what can you see? Like, can you see anything? Like, and she's like, she had a problem with her phone. I think it's a problem with your eyesight because I don't think my phone's not working. Bitch, you can't see. Like, it's just like, I don't know what is happening right
Gina,
now.
I like her. I love her. I love her a lot. Ooh, Gina, come please be on my show too.
I will come.
That is ridiculous. She said, no, ma'am.
No,
It's
no,
your
no,
eyelashes.
ma'am. Let me pull you out of line right now. Let me look. I ain't got all day. So let me tell you right now. Okay.
Oh my God.
Here we go. So this is a fun one. What's with all of these different handbags and purses with some used once every 500 days? Same question with shoes, same questions with outfits. We are trying to look good.
Oh, I know who asked that question.
Do you?
Stop being broke, bro. Like, it's okay.
Is anyone asking you to buy these?
There we fucking go.
Ladies,
That's what I'm
like
talking
nice
about.
things. I want a purse to match every color of a shoe that I have if I decide to do that. And I'm not even a purse or shoes person.
Right.
But why are we asking
That's
why
a goofy
we have
question.
so many?
That's a goofy question. That's just like asking some guys, why do you always got a fresh pair of ones or a fresh pair of Air Max or a fresh pair of whatever sneaker
Brian, why
that
do your
y'all are
pants match
obsessed
your
with?
socks that match your Oxfords that you probably never gonna wear for another month?
And
what's
his
up with that?
eyeglasses,
I'm a
by
smooth
the way.
motherfucker.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because we
So,
some badass bitches.
I mean, but
and
don't
that's
you
why.
don't you want to take out a woman who cares about her accoutrement? Like,
You better say it again, friend.
accoutrement. You want someone who like wants to look good, and it's for. I mean, okay, let's be clear. When I try to look good, I primarily try to look good for myself.
Yes.
But I also want my man to feel good with me,
Yes.
with him,
And
right?
that's very fair.
And so that doesn't mean that I need to spend $500 on shoes, but it also doesn't mean that you need to comment on how much I'm spending on my shoes.
Exactly.
As long as we're not taxing your paycheck, then why are you, concerned about it? I'm down. If we are taxing your paycheck, then
Chris trolling us.
Chris needs to. Okay,
And you
first of
right,
all, Chris
and
the
you
critic,
right,
I'm gonna need
and
you to
right,
stop.
Chris,
Okay.
where his undershirt at? He is still here.
And so everyone's like,
Yeah.
okay, so there's a comment. Let me scroll back to this comment because
Where's
there's
Chris? Where's
apparently a
Chris?
comment back here that talks about, you sure you want to use Diana Ross? She hated black people and distanced herself for years. She's only come back into the black lexicon because
This
of,
is not. This is
Okay,
not.
first of all-
this is not Maze Jackson's show. This
is not.
That's another podcast.
In the zone.
We're talking about a fashion icon. We have not
I'm never gonna work
talked
here.
about her. We have not talked about her like allegiance to black people.
We talked about her wearing eyelashes and hair weave and why it's not different.
Yeah, no, that's what we're talking
It
about. Now,
literally
so
was that.
if you want to talk about her
Who
allegiance
is
to black
this?
people, we can talk about something different.
Who is this? We ready.
That was, let me go back. Kemet Pryor.
Kemet. It seems legit.
And then Chris is co-signing. Diana, and I always loved her, wasn't always ladylike. Well, and
We
Chris,
know Diana was a hoe. It's okay.
Diana can be a
We didn't
hoe.
talk about Diana being a hoe.
Look, she
Because
got
of
lots
her
of baby daddies. How many baby daddies Diana got?
But did
Very
either one,
good.
did
She had
either one of
love
them
child
submit a
for one.
question? Because if you didn't submit a question,
We're
then your
moving on.
comments are kind of
We
weak.
moving on.
Chris said he at home because he didn't want to snap it on him in person. Well, you made a good choice, Chris. Good job.
Here's one.
Good job, Chris.
Here's one that my fiance would want to know. Actually, this is actually. Well, maybe he might want to know this. Why y'all always on my plate before I get my fork out the napkin?
We're trying to make sure you get poisoned, okay?
We are your tasters.
Taste tester.
Also, y'all don't know nothing about food like we know about food. It's quality control. Because
And
we'll
maybe-
send your shit back.
Maybe I don't want all the fries. Maybe I want 3 fries.
Or maybe I just ordered the wrong item and should have ordered yours, and so now I want some.
Maybe you should be excited to feed me.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a cook, so I try to make sure that the food is not disgusting before you put it in your mouth, so I can tell you, I warn you. I know what taste buds taste like.
I mean,
That's
like,
all I'm
look,
saying.
is it that big of a deal? Oh, wait, can we talk about all these gold digger videos? Okay, I need you to stop Bartell.
No, don't listen to Bartell. He's
Okay,
one of
he was
us.
the one who was talking
No,
about
you have to
sagging
ignore
pants.
Bartell. Ignore Bartell.
Okay, ignore Bartell.
Thank you,
Okay,
Bartell.
so
Next, good to see you, Bartell. Great to see you.
all right, here's a good one. Why don't y'all check your friends like you want us to check ours?
Wait, before we move on. Did y'all
Oh,
answer
you're
that
here?
question?
Oh, Brian's still here.
Did y'all answer that question?
What
was the question?
I'm sorry, what question?
Why
was
the fuck are you stay on my plate when I just ordered you a whole
We
other
just
plate?
told you
We
why.
did answer.
And sometimes
said you
your
don't wanna be
food
a
looks.
food taster, Miko. That's
Sometimes
bullshit.
your food looks better than ours.
So you want to talk about this now, or you want to? Thank you.
I mean, I'm sorry. Who turned my mic off? First of all, my mic is off.
No, you're on.
No, I'm not.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear myself in my own speaker.
He turned you down because we.
Okay, there we go.
you're
We did
on.
something. Brian's in here turning my shit off. Like,
Chris, don't eat like a football player on a date.
You hired
Boy,
me to do
We
this.
gonna eat, and you gonna pay. Chris said, "Don't eat like a football player on a date."
On a day. Chris needs to stop. Okay,
You
so
need to cut it
now
out. You
I can't even
bored.
hear myself anymore. But that's okay. That doesn't stop me from talking, just as I can't hear myself.
Go for it, sis.
Can you hear me in the here? You can hear
Yeah,
me in
we
your
can hear
headphones.
you.
I can't hear myself in
We
the
can hear
headphones,
you.
but it's all good. Brian was so excited that he did
turned
something
you
to my
off.
to my
He
to
broke
my
you.
microphone.
He broke you.
Okay.
Just for the
Okay, now I'm
record-
better. Okay. Wait, no, I'm not. Am I
ahead,
better?
Shanique.
Just for the
Oh,
record,
you can hear me, but I can't hear myself. Okay.
You guys out
So-
there that are commenting, if you're single,
Don't eat like a
the
football player on
the
a
ladies
date.
are watching. So just so you know, the single ladies are watching your comments, and they are
Okay.
going to judge
Brian,
you.
we were so excited that you screwed up. Yeah, but you're right. But is it that big of a deal that we eat off your plate? Is it really that big of a deal? Is that a problem?
I mean, I was raised by a cook, so like everything is family style in my. You eat off my plate, I eat off your plate.
I don't know. He did
I really just be
something.
trying to make sure that you okay. And I'm trying to make sure your food ain't nasty because you're not gonna say it's nasty unless it's a well done steak or burnt. I'm trying to help you help yourself.
I didn't move, so I don't know what happened. Okay. So anyway, okay. So, and somebody just simply asked, why do you all talk so much?
And this is the one.
Okay, let's go. But let's all go deep into why we talk so much.
So let me say this
Okay.
before we
I'm
start
ready.
with this. Why do we talk
Okay,
so much?
let's go into this. Okay.
And I'm probably talk too much. There's a lot of comments on this post that Brian put up, right? Oh, okay. Look, he giving me the face. And I had decided I wasn't going to say anything. But there were a lot of men in these posts that were like airing their grievances with whatever they were going through. And I was like, yo, if y'all don't like it, women, just say that. How do we talk too much?
We're good.
You back?
I'm back. That was
You-
Brian.
like-
Brian admitted it.
You did it.
He screwed something. He was so excited to talk that he like hit a button.
You
or some shit.
sabotaged?
He sabotaged.
My bad.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, no.
We back. Okay.
You want to be in here so bad.
And
It's a
Bartel's
chair
like,
right
only
here.
when you said you didn't want
How
my
about
order.
Brian, it's a chair, right? Come on. It's a chair right here.
He doesn't want to be in here. That's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. He can, he can overlord us if he would like to. That's cool.
Obviously.
Yeah, by shutting off my microphone.
No, like-
But whatever.
Talking too much. It's like,
He's like, why do you talk too much? Click. Okay, now you can.
this is the accountability part, right?
Right. Why do you talk so much? Okay, so this is a bizarre question. So, do you feel like you talk too much? Like, why do you do it? I don't know.
I just think there's a discrepancy because women enjoy communicating. Most women enjoy communicating. And a lot of men are afraid to be vulnerable. So I
Told
believe
y'all
some
ass.
men may interpret that as talking too much. So that's my 2 cents.
Men like to take the path of least resistance when it
is.
comes to these conversations.
Exactly.
Like, you would like to do whatever you need to do to stop the conversation. Whatever you need to do to shut us up is what you want to do.
But then
So
wonder why they
therefore-
have an issue and it keeps coming up. You have to at least address the issue, be on top of the issue, resolve the issue. There's a solution to everything in my
Right.
mind, right? And if you don't do that, yeah, we definitely gonna keep talking about it because it's a problem.
Right.
And this is why relationships go bust.
This is why.
I'm
You've got to communicate. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to say that probably what they were really asking, not talk too much, but nagging. It's probably what they were really trying
Why
to
do we
say.
hold them accountable too much? It's basically what they meant to say.
Boom. See it all you see how that circle back? You see how that worked?
It all comes out in the talking, doesn't it?
It does. If you want to talk, like, and they're not just. I think the issue is that there are not enough vulnerable men who are willing to actually have the conversation,
To have honest conversation.
an honest conversation.
Right.
Some of that's gonna hurt on either side, and if you care about each other enough, like, it's a real conversation needs to be had. But their patience runs in a different space when it comes to that.
Well, men are, I find it interesting because I have a lot of male friends. Like, I'm the queen of the platonic male friend. And a lot of them will say things like, well, I didn't want to hurt her.
Yeah, but it happens in your own relationship too.
Right,
so,
but-
so he's talking to somebody about not wanting to hurt you as well. Chris said, "What makes wrong with that?" Oh, he's been drinking.
Chris, I think you should watch that
No,
game
it
that you
doesn't have
wanted
to
to
be
see.
a huge issue because little things turn into something that's crazy, right?
And he's like, ask grandma if she argued about thing.
She did. They just didn't tell us.
She had different ways of dealing with it.
She argues about everything right now.
And I bet you didn't eat nothing that night,
This
Granddaddy.
is my thing. Like, Grandma had a different way of handling shit.
Yeah.
And arguing is different than talking.
Correct.
So
Yeah, why you talk so much is a lot different. Like, men will say, yeah, but you know, realistically, men will say, I didn't want to hurt her. But so your actions will hurt her, so you just don't want to say it? Like, I don't understand, like, what? So is something wrong with saying, you know, well, whatever.
That was
Get me started.
Did we answer you, Bookie?
Look, I'm not the one asking these questions.
Oh,
so you need to ask the brothers who
and
ask the
honestly, that's the answer. The answer is you guys do not communicate well. So we ask these questions over and over and over. Because honestly, if you give us the answer in the first place, you wouldn't have to answer the question again.
absolutely.
But instead of doing that, you're like, why does she talk so much? Hey, stop whining, man up, answer the question, good or
keep
bad
it
or
moving.
terrible, and keep it moving.
If it's a bad answer, then just answer it and they're just so afraid they're not going to get any more ass. That's what it's about.
And then people have different communication styles. If you really care about somebody, you got to figure that out. What's their communication style?
I think some of these people don't care.
Do we need
why
a break,
don't you guys
Brian?
listen to me in the booth? What are
Do
you
you need
saying,
a break,
Brian?
Do we need a break?
Do you need to? Yeah, okay. So
Because you're not in charge of the booth, so we don't know what you talking about.
We don't take breaks on the In His Zone podcast.
Okay,
We
good.
keep it moving.
Okay,
Okay,
where's
let's
Herb?
just keep it
Because you're not.
moving. I'm about it.
Herb
this is
said, do what you do, false.
here's a fun one. Why is closure? Here's a brother who looks like he might be. There's a lot of capitalizations in this one. Why is closure is capitalized, worth your humiliation and intensified pain? All that suffering to hear what you already knew. In caps, why sway?
Boop, 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 boop. One more time. That was a lot of words.
Okay. Why do you? Let's break it down. Why do you need so much closure? Why do you insist on wanting to hurt yourself so badly? Is basically it.
Communicate.
it
We don't
goes
wanna
back
guess.
to
We don't want
that.
to guess. Just tell us. And then we can move on.
I have
That's
the perfect example for y'all right now. I ended up dating a friend a little while ago, right?
Okay.
I mean, we've been friends for a long time. One day, nothing. I mean, but it's a person.
He ghosted you?
Not even. I mean, yes, but like it was weird because it's like, I mean, a person that I talk to regularly all the time.
So he was a friend. Okay, let me just set the scene. He was a friend
And
who
we
you
ended
hooked up
trying to
with.
no, not hooked up.
Okay, you didn't hook up.
We-
Okay, you
we
didn't hook
hooked
up.
We tried to figure out if we wanted to,
So you had one of those conversations, like what you want to do.
and it was cool. And
Okay.
I mean, when I say all day, every day, we talked all day, every day, blah, blah, blah. And then he was just like, and then one day, he just popped back up. Was like, I'm going to call you on this day. And I was like, no, I'm good.
Okay, so wait, let me just make sure I'm clear. So one day he said, I'm going to call you tomorrow or whatever it was.
After like not talking for like 3 weeks, which is
he
like
ghosted
very
for 3 weeks.
rare for us. So I'm like, as a friend, you're like, I'm worried. Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, did you die? Like,
Because
like,
you turned the fun girl into maybe the obligation girl.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I check on my friends all the time. My friends know that. I would check on my friends all the time. So it was just more of a where
are you?
let me make sure that you did
Are
not
you
actually,
alive?
like wellness check. I'm a wellness check person.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter whether like we went through something or whatever. Like if I don't hear from you and we talk all the time, like when I mean all the time, it's just a wellness check.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It was like, and it was just like cricket. And I'm like, okay, something happened. Because that's very rare to be in a space with this person where it was like, yo, we talk all the time. And it was like, I'm alive. Call you Thursday. I was like, don't worry about it.
So you would have wanted closure on that. You would have wanted to know.
No, I do not.
You do not want closure on
No.
that. Okay. So
we don't always want closure because we know what closure looks. Some of us grown people know what closure looks like, and it's called silence.
right. Some of it, sometimes it is. But sometimes it's like, you think everything's going well. And the dude will ghost you, and you're like, "Can you just tell me what was up? Like, can you just kind of give me some sort of inside knowledge?" I mean, it feels like it always comes out later, but like, it's nice to know, like
The why.
It's a really that's a legit question, honestly. And so I will say, but me personally, I have to agree with Miko. Silence is golden, basically.
Yep.
Silence speaks volumes. So I'm not necessarily looking for closure from anybody who decides that they want to stop talking to me. However, some women do need closure, and they may feel like they need the closure because it will give them permission
Yeah.
to walk away
Yeah.
from
Right.
something that they already knew that they should have walked away from anyway. But
Exactly.
they need to hear it. They like to
confirmation.
They want to hear it. They want that confirmation. They want to know, I knew I was right. I knew it. You know, so it gives them permission to walk away from the situation.
I think the truth is if we're supposed to be telling the truth, is that at some point in our lives there's been a person or persons that we've all needed like closure from, because it's just been a situation that you poured into so bad that you're like, what did
That you might have misunderstood.
but not even that, but it makes you question yourself in a space where you shouldn't.
Right.
So
Fair
it
point.
turns you into a different person.
Right.
And so now you're like kind of funneling it back.
Oh,
to
Brian's so
another person.
bored. Look at Brian.
You bored?
Brian's
what you
bored.
want us to say? Why do we need closure?
No, I'm not bored. This is just bullshit.
It's not
do you mean it's
bullshit.
bullshit?
though.
You don't need to.
It's
you don't,
not bullshit,
If you
though.
know already, if he's left, let that nigga leave. You don't need to know why.
But
Just
that's
bounce.
But see,
that's
but
how
this is
your
why you're
brain
asking
works.
black
Again,
women.
ask-
But that's
women.
how your brain works. People who pour into people don't think like that
Exactly.
at all.
I want to.
Yeah, and I'm glad he's not in here because I would have punched it.
No, but you understand. So okay, that highlights the discrepancy.
Yeah.
His point is, you know, if a man goes to you, just keep it moving and don't worry about why.
But that's not normal.
what women do.
It's not normal emotional behavior, and that's what happens. We're talking about emotional behavior, right?
Because it's not what women do. Dudes will do that. Dudes will be like,
Men
for
do
the
it
men,
too.
it's a
Men-
numbers
no,
game.
men
But
do it too, though.
Yeah, sometimes men do it. They get sprung. They will do it.
too. And so what I'm saying is, it is well within the right of a person. And we talk about us, because fuck you, Brian. We're talking about us, and we're saying, like, listen, like, it is a very normal behavior to want to know, because your mind starts to do, like, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong?
Yeah.
And you just want to know from the person. So for me personally, is so I'd never do that again.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do nothing wrong, it's just more like, what the fuck is wrong with this person?
Right.
And so it's normal.
Or give me some feedback. Like,
Yeah,
you know what?
exactly.
I'm an executive recruiter for a living, so therefore I'm always talking to candidates that didn't get a job, and so you know I try to help them by telling them like, okay, well, you know, and a lot of recruiters don't do this, but I try. Why not? To help make them better and say, here's the reason why, you know, and it could be anything from style all the way to you didn't have the education. I mean, whatever it is, but that helps them going into the next situation. You know, like it helps them, but it's different when it's professional than when it's personal.
But it's not though.
Okay, Brian is laughing. Why am I watching Brian? Because Brian
don't.
does
You should've
nothing
sat
but.
over here.
All
You
right,
should've
next
listened.
question.
You should let
Here's
Shanice sit right
one.
there. Look
Here's
at
one
Shanice
that I
right
have.
there.
a
Wait,
good
hold
one.
on, real
Sit there.
fast, real fast.
What you
This-
got?
This is completely out. I'm not even gonna talk about that because this is so cute. What you were all saying.
Fuck off, Brian.
Ask a
here's-
black woman.
I
Go
know.
ahead.
I'd ask. Here's my fucking question.
What's your fucking question?
I'm in here every damn week and I have a cocktail and Herb ain't never refreshed my drink.
Won't he do it?
And this motherfucker walking around like a damn bartender right now. I'm
Because
sick
he
of
knows
it.
what's up. Herb knows what's up.
Herb knows I need coffee.
It's about the ladies, Bri.
I like a
Also, I
little
have
water when
titties.
I get a little parched. I'm
Ask
sorry. Go
you
ahead.
have a question, sir?
I got a
You
little
can get
parched.
Do you have a question?
Yes, Herb. Why didn't you refresh my water?
Because you don't have titties.
Because you
don't
don't
have
have
titties.
titties.
Good thing for me.
Okay. Oh, here's a good one. Here's
Anything
a good
else?
Next question.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Why are most, this is a good one. I have a great answer for this one. I'm going to
never
let you
gonna
guys
let
talk
that
first.
one
And
there,
I'll, okay. Why are most women best friends with men and antagonistic with each other? What you got, Shanine? What do you think?
Is that true?
Well, there's reasons for it.
Okay.
Most of my female friendships are pretty healthy. We get along very well. And a lot of my male friendships just happen to form because we didn't date.
Okay. So your
That
male
is an
friendships are
honest
basically
answer.
because you guys didn't just hook up.
I mean, right, not all of them. Some of them are just legit, like, they don't like me like that. I'm little sister. But a lot of the male friendships that I have, yeah, I mean, we didn't date and they just fell into that friend zone.
Okay. Angela, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't have any contentious relationships with anybody in my life because I'm all about peace and happiness. So with women or men. And I enjoy the platonic male friendship too. It is a separate, like, precious
It's
thing.
a different entity.
It is. And I think it's necessary. I enjoy it. But yeah, I don't have any contentious relationships.
Well, you're skipping yourself.
I'm gonna
You got a good
I'm gonna
answer.
wrap it up. So go ahead. I'm gonna wrap this up real tidy for you. But go ahead, Miko.
My relationships, because of the business that I'm in, are super wild anyway, right? So I have like friend circles
Okay.
But my guy friends, honestly, ask a black woman, we're supposed to tell the truth. I have a bunch of guy friends that I know would never, like, they're like brothers to me. Like, they make sure that I navigate through things that have happened in my life or whatever, that they just are really ready to just jump on a plane and do whatever is necessary to make sure that, like, I'm okay.
That you're cool.
I also have guy friends that I know that at any given moment, if I flash my boobs, they gonna want to fuck. So I know who all of those people are.
That's real.
But it doesn't make them not my friend. All of them, not all of them, but I know. But I know who those people are.
Okay.
Right.
You know who they are.
They may not know that I know who they are, but they're my friends. And so, you know, what the idea for on this side, if we're talking about just us, I never crossed it. I'm finna go. I never crossed that boundary, like, at all, because I really cherish my friendships.
Right.
Right. So I'm aware. I'm very clear. It doesn't mean that it's something that I act on at all. Right. But I do know that I have a separate group who, like, I'm like their little sister. Like, I'm just, you know, I went to college at U of I. I work for the football team. I'm still little sister to a lot of them. I'm still the girl they can never get to a bunch of them, but they're all still my friends. And if I decided one day to, you have to know the difference.
That you want to get it in.
And we talk, if we're being honest, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and so, you know, I know what the difference of those people are, right? And so when it comes to women, I grew up around men, like sturdy, stealthy men, like Nation of Islam and like all this stuff. Like, I grew up around men, right? So women
selling bean pies for the Nation of Islam.
Huh?
I said selling bean pies for the Nation of
I did
Islam.
not sell bean pies, but
No, they were.
they were definitely selling bean pies at the time. But like, women for me have been, you know, sometimes a challenge, sometimes like the greatest thing that ever happened, and you just have to discern what those two things are.
Okay.
And that's
the
it
male
for me.
friend
We're
thing.
complex.
Yeah, it's a very
We are
complex
complex.
situation. You
And
have
some
to know
women
what
are
energy
haters.
works for you, and that's what it is.
Okay. Let me wrap this up for y'all. I am a Virgo.
Smack your lips one more time.
I'm gonna do it. I'm a Virgo too.
I'm a Scorpio.
So
I
which
love you
means
all.
Virgo, baby.
Virgo, which means
Scorpio.
and I'm a Virgo with a lot of Leo
that
on my
should tell
personality.
you a lot, though, Gina, right? Scorpio.
Scorpio. Oh, see, I understand. Look,
That's it.
that's all you need to say. What sign are you, Shani?
Leo.
Oh, I'm a Virgo with a lot of Leo. Okay, so we a little shady. I'm not
I ain't
even
even
gonna lie.
shady. I just be like, no.
So we,
that Virgo thing.
so I will, you know what I mean? Like, I can suss shit out real quick. So I have had some contentious relationships with women for sure, but I have some beautiful relationships with women, like all my good friends. And I will tell you the difference because I am the queen. Like I said, I'm the queen of the platonic male friend. Like I have male friends that I've had since I was like a child.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is the difference. Above ground versus submarine warfare.
Yep.
Men are above ground warfare, which I appreciate because it's like, tell me what's up. They will fight above ground. You know what's up with them. Women are underneath the surface trying to do some bullshit. And when they are on that I can go down there with you, but I prefer not to. Yeah. So that's the reason.
Are you
the
sure
reason
you're
why.
not a Scorpio? Because this is some real Scorpio shit you
But I mean,
talking about.
realistically, that is the difference. And so it's like, you know, when a woman decides that she wants to like fuck with you and she wants to be antagonistic, it will be under the surface most of the time.
100%
And a lot of
work.
men
That's when I get
don't see it.
100%.
Like, I had to teach my fiance. It's like, look, I'm the authority on this. Like, don't tell me, oh, she's not doing. Yes, she is. Like, I know what's up, right? And so I can play that game, but I prefer, like, a lot of my male friends, we are great friends because we are, like, if we've got problems with each other, it's like, look, I didn't care for blah, blah, blah. That's cool because I didn't care for, we're good. Can we go have dinner? Yes, we can. Okay, let's keep it moving. So that's the reason. So there we go.
No, and
Fire emojis.
You
'cause
listen.
that was
You
real.
summarize that shit all the way together.
I was like,
'Cause
I'll
that's
rap
really
it for
what
you.
is.
'Cause that's exactly
That's
what
the
it
realest
is.
shit you ever spoke.
That's
Ever spoke?
your battery low. Your battery low.
The battery
We finna
on this
lose
phone
people.
over here
We about
is
to
low.
lose
Herb, we
people.
got to plug this in over here. This
This
phone.
is ghetto.
This is about to.
We finna
Okay, let me
lose
close that.
people.
No, we're not gonna lose people. We're good.
I'm
We're good.
messing
We're
with you,
good.
Gene. I'm
Oh,
not messing with you. I'm messing
we
with them.
did lose a couple.
That
of
was
people.
so real though about women though. That was
like-
real, and so maybe I wasn't being 100%
Girl,
honest.
this is the 100% show.
I said that I have, for the most part, I have healthy relationships with my friend circle, my girl circle. But definitely when I said I got haters, I know I got haters.
Oh yeah, you know what
I'm
it is,
saying?
and they sometimes they stand in the space that you're in.
I got
and you got to know that.
Literally stand in the space that you're in, like standing right next to you. in
It's
the space
called
that you're in.
discernment.
They will, and they will be under the wall. I mean, like, okay, I'm not a person who really believes I have a lot of haters. I have people who hate me,
Then
but
you
they're
have
not
to-
like haters. Like, they're just like, oh, I like her life so much that I hate her. You know what I mean? Like, that's the hater thing. Like, there are people that don't like me. That's fine. I mean, in a lot of cases, I've earned it. But like, it's you know what I mean?
I
Like,
love her so much.
I have earned that shit.
Can she
But
come to all the parties? I love her.
But I mean, realistically, but I mean, that's just kind of how that can operate. So that's the reason why I'm like, okay, I can be all right. So, all right, here's a good one. What do you really believe a man is looking for in a wife?
Pussy.
You think just pussy? That's it. You married? It's just pussy.
Wait, not as many men.
I'm
as we
joking. It was a
think.
joke.
I don't know.
Haha. I'm funny.
She's like, She's a Scorpio. So let's start with that.
All
So
right,
I'm glad.
Look at her face.
I'm glad
Somebody
I
put the
know.
camera on her. Her. I was just playing.
I'm glad I know that you're a Scorpio.
I was just playing. I was joking.
Angela,
I was
what do
just
you-
joking, baby.
I think men want their ego strokes.
Yes.
In a wife. Okay, so in a
Yeah,
wife, you think that okay, so give me five. Give me 5 things that you think a man is looking for in a wife.
Okay, so yeah, they want to be supported. They want their ego stroked.
Okay.
They want sex. Someone to cook for them, and
Brian's got his
a
head on the
companion.
table.
And a companion.
Okay, companion. Okay. You have anything else, Janine? Okay. What about like ride or die loyalty?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a good for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what men are
definitely-
looking
I think
for.
the number one
Men
thing
can't
is that
handle when you're not loyal.
quietly
Yeah.
men just really want to be needed.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they
And
want
I'm
to be
not saying
needed,
be
but
needy. I'm saying men are men. And so sometimes when we're in these spaces where we are who we are, we forget that sometimes they just want to be needed.
they want to be needed. I
That's
think
my
that
number
they,
one. That's my number
they
one through 5.
I think they want to. And I said this in the last show. So I think they feel like they want to feel like whatever their definition of a man is.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So whatever that is, like if he feels like, okay, I want to be, my definition of man is I'm the provider, I'm the this, I'm the that, then they want a woman that makes them feel that way. And they also want to know that if they come home and say, baby, I kill somebody, and you will say, I got the shovel.
I get it. Yes. So so I just think that as much as we are need based sometimes, I really do believe that you said 1 through 5, like my 1 through 3 is really I've learned this on my own. That men just really, and it's not like being needy in a nagging kind of way. It's just knowing that they understand that if something happens, you need them.
Right.
You need them. And want are 2 different things.
And you want their opinion.
And you definitely want their opinion, and you are submissive to some of that.
Right.
Right.
And
But
Submissive is a big one.
submissive is a big
submission,
one.
I say need. I say submission. I say want. I say definitely the other one I said earlier.
Some pussy.
And I say, just wanting to be appreciated. Everybody wants to be considered.
Right.
So I think to be considered. Those are my 5.
I think they don't want you to ask too many questions. Like
Yeah,
if they
weight
say
loss,
you
they'll
know
be
what,
on that.
come here. They don't want you to say why.
That's
They
so
want
true.
they want you
That
to
is
come
so
here.
true.
Submission. That's submission.
That's definitely submission.
So it's submission, it's need, it's want, it's literally the things I said. But I think that those are the things that make them feel
yeah.
like this is the person.
Right.
Hey, Gina B.
What?
We
I
can
lied again?
No, you, Nico, you preaching a choir right now. But Gina said something that's 100% accurate. You can ask once you got over there.
Once you get over there, like
But
I
don't-
came over. Why?
Right.
Why did I
Right.
come over?
Hey, come here. Then you walk up like, why I come over here?
Yeah.
You can ask then, but don't be from across the room. Why? No,
Right.
nobody wanna hear that
Get
shit.
over here. What did I say?
Also, if there's
Oh,
a
wait.
6,
So-
do not embarrass me in public. That's number 6.
This is a big thing. So my fiance has chimed in. Yes, no, I got engaged this year. He's like, yes, don't ask why. Because that's one of his big things. He's like, stop asking me questions. Just get, if I tell you, just, so
Got a
he gets like-
super valid reason because I really don't want you over here anyway unless I ask you.
But I think
Okay,
that's
I'm
valid. Like
sorry.
if it's a person that you've decided to dedicate your life.
Does your wife watch this? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All the time.
She's
I'm
like,
just saying if that's somebody you dedicated your life to, like honestly, if a person tells you like we gotta go, you probably should go.
right.
Like, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't question that. Like, it's different. We in the club and we like. I'm like,
Although if I tell him, he will ask me. He will ignore me. Like he'll ask questions. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Do I not get the same treatment if I say, come here?
No.
Yeah, apparently not.
I think the problem comes in though when people expect that and you haven't built that trust yet.
That.
I think that's
Yeah, you have to have
maybe
a
there should
track
be 7
record.
things on this list. The 7th thing, well, the first thing would be trust.
Trust is key. I mean, but you know, the thing is, a lot of men want to be treated like kings, but they don't behave like kings. Like you have not earned that designation.
I was spinning around this ship. I didn't think I was gonna choke to death. Wait a minute.
Like you want to be a king.
How
Well,
you
I
real
mean,
friend?
like, why should I follow you? Like,
Right.
if you've got to make sure that, like, you've got to earn that.
Lay
Like,
some
that's not
groundwork.
right. This is what I'm saying.
Hold on.
What-
I got one. I'm sorry.
What you got, Brian?
No. You're right. You're exactly right. A lot of these brothers are
They're not even princes,
They're
really.
court jesters acting like kings.
That's
No doubt.
foolishness.
No doubt. But here's the difference between men and women in this regard.
Uh-huh.
Men walk in trusting most of the time, and then you knock that trust down. Women walk in not trusting, and then we got to build that trust up because that last dude
I
fucked
disagree.
it up.
I totally disagree.
I disagree.
X marks the spot.
Well, then tell me why I'm wrong.
There's another
tell you
question that
why.
speaks to that, so we may as well go there.
Disagree as well. So
Can I tell
no.
you why? So I've experienced in dating men taking things out on me from from other relationships. So they've had X, Y, Z woman react certain ways when they do X thing, and they think I'm going to do that. So, you know, they haven't dealt with whatever happened in the other relationship. Get to know me, you know, build a relationship, build trust with me, and they're just as scarred as women is out here, you know? So I disagree.
Can I say this? Can I say this? And this is very real, only because I've worked in places where, like, we talk about like how we want men to protect us, right? But we never talk about how they want to cover us. Herb said, "You're not responsible for our security. I am. If I say let's go, let's go." That's a very real thing, but that's a trust thing because you have to be able to, if you're with somebody, you have to be able to trust that they're going to cover you
Right.
and they're going to protect you.
Right.
And that's it.
And sometimes I see things that you don't.
So then it's like a,
You know what I mean?
like,
and
hey,
you
I
need
saw
to
it over
trust
there.
that I'm like, yes. I mean, so I'm not saying that like, you know, I'm wearing the pants. And if I say, you know, but you know, if I pull you to the side and I'm said, look,
Yeah,
there's
helpmate.
a situation. Exactly.
I think
Like,
that goes both ways. I think if you trust your partner and you're like,
there is some shit going on over
we
here.
got to get the fuck
we
out of
need
here.
to leave
I think it
right
goes
the fuck
both
now.
ways.
Right, exactly.
But it's also like, and I've been in a space of like, I've tried to protect. Like, that's not our job.
Right. Protector is not our job, but we need to have protective elements, right?
Yeah,
Like we still
100%.
I mean, we are still people with, you know, and so which speaks to
Oh Lord.
segues us very nicely
Oh Lord.
into another one. If y'all got women's intuition that your man is cheating, why don't you have that same intuition when he says, "Hey, let's go out. Hey, let's have sex. Let's have a baby. Let's have a baby."
Okay, because that's
Who is
somebody
that?
that don't really
Who
like
is
women.
this?
Can we?
I need you to
next
chime in
caller.
right now. Who's talking about who
Who
doesn't have
put that on
intuition
there?
about babies?
Whose message is that?
Let's okay. Be proud. Like
Right.
raise your
Alan,
hand.
Alan Bryson.
Alan Bryson. Alan Bryson.
Oh, hey.
Okay. I see his comments on In the Zone.
Okay, so he was trolling.
I'm like-
basically, you a troll.
All right.
Get out of
so
here.
let
Get
me
out of
pop
here.
it again. So, Maze, what you doing here, girl? What you doing here, brother? Okay.
That's
so,
not Maze.
That's not
Oh,
Maze
wait.
at all.
Oh, I can't even see. I'm like, is that Maze?
That's,
okay.
that's
not
another
Maze.
fool.
That's another brother. Okay.
Not to say you're a fool, Maze, because I'll see you.
I've been
June
afraid of
1st.
Maze showing up so that we don't. No, he doesn't know what we're drinking in here. But anyway, so what?
You can't.
He's
Coffee.
wrong.
It's coffee.
It's coffee.
Girl,
We're
I was
drinking.
tired.
No, but at some point I didn't think there was supposed to be any like liquid at all. Okay. Anyway,
Damn it, Gina, shut up.
I'm
Gina.
I'm drinking
Damn,
water.
Gina.
I'm drinking water. Okay. I'm literally
That's
I am.
my
I'm
first
drinking
damn
water.
Gina of the night.
Everybody's got a damn gene. Anyway, okay, so back to the point. So you got intuition when the man is cheating, but you don't have intuition when it comes to like his needs, is his point.
Okay. We do.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
is it that we just don't care?
That is not the question.
It was.
Yeah, it is.
That question was wild. I
Let me
feel
hold on. Wait. Let me help my brother out. Al B. I don't know if you're listening or watching.
He's not.
I'm
I
sure you're
checked.
not, but you're
I
probably
checked.
you're probably in the gym
You'll listen
boxing
later.
a bag that nobody hitting you back. What he's asking is, if you have women's intuition with everything else, why don't you have women's intuition with the man that did you wrong and you had a shorty with and all these other things? And none of you all, this doesn't apply to you, obviously.
It might.
Well, this doesn't apply to you, but what he's saying is you have this women intuition with everything else, but you did not have this intuition with this bad dude you got involved with.
We have intuition with every dude.
She
That's
knew
not
that.
what this question is.
She
Not
knew
at
it.
all.
I'm
That's not what that question is at all.
I'm changing the goddamn question because it's my show.
Okay.
Also, that's not a valid question.
Oh,
Every
Especially
man
since
is
it doesn't
different.
apply to us. So.
Anyway, next caller. What you
all
say?
right, wait. I'm confused now because
That's why
now
he
we're
not
talking
in
about
here.
intuition. All right, so
Don't listen to him.
Well, I mean, okay, so sometimes there is a significant lack of intuition when it comes to like people we should not be hooking up with.
Of course.
There's a lot of that.
Of course.
A lot of that.
That's the
But
point.
no, I think that we're ignoring the sign. The signs are present always. The signs are there.
They are.
We know it. We ignore it. We choose to ignore it. We want to give people the benefit of the doubt, or we really like them. We really want them.
We want
So
them
it's
to be the person.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we know it, but
Want
we are
them.
ignoring.
We ignore it because, sometimes when it looks too good to be true, it is. So if a guy, and men know just how to get at women too. Like they know what's up. Like they know like how to, like, oh baby, I can take you here. I can take, I mean, but what they're doing is they're dazzling you with bullshit.
I write about this
And
in
they're
my
trying
book.
to, and they're trying to
It's
feed
called
you a
hovering.
shit
It's
sandwich
called
for
love
dinner.
Bombing. Love bombing.
And then you've invested so much time, you like want it to work out in the end.
You do.
know, so.
You wanted to work, and because you want it to work out, it's like witchcraft, right? Like so, you're putting a spell on yourself. Like I didn't see that coming. I did not know he was a criminal. I did not know. Yeah. You probably did.
Yeah.
Right. Like you knew what
Women
was
need
up.
to do better with that. I'll give
Yeah.
them that point.
Exactly. So why do you think that sex equates love? This is not a problem I've ever had.
Who thinks that?
Some women do think that, and they don't understand the difference between love and lust, and that is a huge problem that people, both men and women, but again, we're not talking about men, so my bad, y'all. But women need to really pay attention to their feelings, their emotions. It's lust. It's not love, and that's the problem right there.
And also, it's kind of, how do I put this? So it's ingrained in us from when we are children to think, oh, don't give it up until you find that man, right? Like, so because all your relatives, nobody wants you to be a hoe, right? All of your relatives are like, please just don't let her be a hoe. Like, just like, please don't. Like, don't tell my daughter to just be free with sex. Like, no one is going to tell a girl that, right? Because like no man wants anyone to treat their child the way they treated other women in the past. So they're like, please
Nobody
don't.
ever told me not to. They certainly didn't tell me to do it, but they never
Nobody
told me not
nothing.
to at all.
But I ain't do it. I'm just saying nobody
They
told me
tell
nothing.
you to be selective and wait for the right person to do it.
Who tells
I mean,
you?
I don't know.
Who
That's
tells
There's
you
a
that?
societal stigma.
Relatives.
or
I mean,
soci-
that's- it
societal
is.
kind of pressure to like.
yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Hey,
We
man
have,
got one job. Keep her off the pole.
and some people fail. So wait, I'm sorry. Okay, so if that wasn't, what were y'all told? Because I'm interested. Like, what, Miko? Who told you what?
Okay. My mother never told me anything. My father was in a space where it was like, yeah, he was a military guy. So he was just like,
So he knows what's up.
my family is West Indian. It was like, yep, don't do it unless you want to. If you want to do it, let me know what's happening. That was the conversation.
Let me know what's happening is what he wanted to know.
He's my father.
My
So
father
he
didn't want
would
to know.
also want to know that, but I was also raised in a space where I was like, I was an adult. when
He knew
things-
his Scorpio baby.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Like,
knew- he knew what he was
I hated
dealing
people
with.
or I didn't, right? So I was an adult when things happened for me in my life. Like I was a late bloomer
Right.
in that sense. So there was no education because I was already pretty much graduated from college.
Okay.
So there's a different
That's
scenario for everybody. So it's kind of like, get into those spaces where it's like people tell you what to do. You either have situations at home where you comply or you rebel,
Right.
right?
Right.
I didn't know either. Because I didn't even know that the things were happening. My friends are popping up with babies. And like, I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Nope.
We went to the same place at the same lunch. What were y'all doing? Like, so it was, I did it on purpose.
Oh,
it was one of them things where it was just kind of, I had no idea in high school, like any of this stuff was going on. So like, I'm okay with being naive. I tell people this all the time. Like, I'm okay with being naive about certain stuff.
But you don't equate sex with love.
Yeah.
You do equate sex with love.
1,000%.
Okay, so but why do you think it equates love? Like what
For
was
me,
yeah.
it's because that's how mine started.
Okay, that's how yours started.
It's very
okay.
different when it's like, oh, I'm just outside versus like, this is what I did in a space where I felt safe.
Okay.
So yeah, mine is definitely equated to that.
Okay, someone is saying that I could argue y'all have been told to be hoes. Okay, I'm gonna just
Who said that?
I'm gonna table that one for a minute.
Who? Wait. Her? What if you don't fill this drink up?
I was coming to do that. You got me fucked up.
I'm finna come outside. I just playing. You the one said it. You said I could argue that y'all were told to be hoes.
That's not him.
Well, okay, so which segues
him.
us very nicely.
Some new dude. That's not him.
This is a nice
I
segue.
thought that was you. Can you come back?
Did you need to do something technical in here? Yeah. So I don't know. Sex and love. Which segue? Now on the other side of this, we have a dude that wants to know why don't more of y'all fuck on the first date?
Facts.
Okay, listen.
Would you really respect us if we did on the first date?
Are we still 40-something talking about not fucking on the first date, though?
I mean, but
This is us supposed to be
but
having
we need to figure out.
we are
okay,
supposed to be having an honest conversation as women.
true, but like, don't you need to figure out if he's like not an idiot before you hook up with? I mean, like on the first date, sometimes
How
you
many
just don't know
people
that.
in this room have never fucked on the first date?
I have never and will never.
That's a good question. Yeah, okay.
Wait, I love how 3 hands did
I'm
not
like-
go up.
I'm trying to think. Like, okay, so. But my thing has always been, I need to make sure you're not a total moron. Like, I just need to make sure that, like, you know, the first date, everyone has their party manners, right? And people are on their best behavior and all that shit, right? And so I've never really been that, like, I need to figure out, like, am I wasting a number on you? Like, I don't want to waste a number
That's
on
valid.
somebody who's a complete moron. Like, and then I don't want to like have to live that down later. Like if you know how like there's always somebody in your repertoire that you're just like, don't tell anybody that I did that. Like, please don't tell
Why don't they
anybody
talking about one-night
that I did
stands,
that
right?
shit. Right. Like, but I
feel
mean,
like if you-
realistically,
if you
there's
like a
somebody
person-
that you've dated, you're like, don't tell anybody that. Just don't.
No,
You know, so-
I ain't never done that.
No, you never dated anybody that you're just like later on, like years later, you're like, I didn't
No,
do
not
that.
dated, but just somebody who
Or
I
something.
had sex with. I mean, and then again, you don't always want to fall in love with somebody. You just want to fall in lust.
That's
Sometimes
fair.
you do. Sometimes
That
you
is-
just
that
want a
is-
situation. Okay, so someone's asking, so Gina, what percentage of moron can he be? He could be 100%. He could just have been on his party manners on the date. Like, what do you mean? Of course he can be a moron.
No. This show is out of control.
I mean, but realistically, like, I mean, and and you know, everybody's
So
like,
again,
don't
the show
pretend
of
like you don't
hands of
know.
nobody that's ever fucked on the first date.
Okay, yeah. Everybody
I
has
have
done
never.
something.
I haven't.
I'm trying to think, like, have I?
If you got to think,
No,
it just,
not
it just
really,
depends
no.
on your
My
goal.
father
said
No,
study long,
no.
study wrong. Gina,
Study long, study wrong?
Yeah,
I like
girl.
to study. I was a very studious person.
Me too. All of us. We
I
smart.
like
smart.
to be. I'm a Virgo.
Did you?
I
Fuck
don't
on
like
the first
you.
Date or not?
No. Well, I had to think about that for a second, but no, because I don't like people all up in my space. And like
I'm the same way.
I'm built for the
Virgo.
pandemic. I'm built for the pandemic because I do not want you in my space. Period. Like, and so I just need to make sure that like you're not some idiot who is trying to be deceptive, and I don't have time to like, you know, the first date. I don't have time to really try to figure that shit out.
Yeah, I've never been on a date and somebody was just that enticing. That
I have.
Right, where you're just like,
I'll see them
You are a
again.
Scorpio.
I'll see
Well,
you
I'm saying
again.
it was awesome. We were together for 2 years. It was the best.
I
I'm
mean,
just
realistically,
saying,
yeah.
You got to listen. I'm not saying you go out and you think
We have some
that, right?
comments, hold
But the energy is what it is. So I would be remiss to say that it's not a lot of women out here that's not like, Also, I knew the person ahead of time. Let's be clear.
That makes a huge difference.
That's
though.
different.
Okay, so very different. You
just
It's
meet
a
him
lot
at
of,
the club and hook up.
it's a lot of scapegoating going
we were
on here.
friends. No,
Realistically, that's
We were friends
different.
and
You
great.
took that dick the first date. Shut up. Let's go.
I
Next
definitely
question.
did. It was awesome.
What's your name? You want some? No, I mean it's like
But he wasn't a stranger, so that's a difference.
he wasn't a stranger.
I'm
Okay,
not
so
a
he was
stranger.
not a stranger.
No,
That's
he was a
He was
different.
friend.
strange
His
dick
grade
though.
school.
He was strange dick. Ah.
strange
strange.
fruit.
Why are you still here?
It's his show.
No, he was
okay.
not strange fruit, and I know his mama, so I felt like we had a good time and shit. Like, he was the only one.
Okay, so this dude,
Why did y'all invite me here?
this dude wants to know. This is an
That's a
interesting
good one, though.
point. Chad Edmonds
Yes.
says, actually, you're probably not going to know the dude until after you give him the draws. We'll be on our best behavior until then. There are chinks in the armor, though. There are chinks in the armor.
No, he's right. Like, he's been married
That's
to
a
his wife
great
for a
point.
long time, but he's very right, though. Like, so I didn't do it just because I was like, oh, I felt comfortable. I felt safe. I felt like,
Absolutely.
you know what? The chemistry is real, and I just kind of wanted some dick.
Hey, Gina, real quick.
Yeah.
There was a comment in the chat. I just want to make sure we highlight.
Oh, shit.
Which
is
is
it
that?
Bartel?
No. We not fuck Bartel. We not listening
Okay,
to him.
thank you, God.
Are men allowed to be in entanglements?
Huh?
Women are. Why? Women seem to be fucking.
As
Will
long as you're
Smith's
honest
wife.
about it.
As long as you're... Say it again.
As long as you're honest about it.
All right, that question's done. Next.
Yeah, you can be entangled. You can do whatever you want.
The
I mean, as
problem
long
is
as you're honest
whatever,
about it.
Like whatever's going on in the what's crazy is it's so much stuff going on in the world. You at home most of the time.
Right.
If you go out with people, like people should also anticipate that you're going out with other people. We ain't been outside. Why not just be honest about what we're doing at this age?
It's called dating.
It's called,
Okay.
and if you are dating multiple people, my assumption is, I mean, if you're in the dating scene, right? My assumption is
Maybe not anymore.
you're dating
No.
somebody, and you know, and if,
Ooh, nasty.
We gonna talk
Wait a
after the
minute.
show.
Wait a minute.
what's up?
Girl, what's up?
Okay, wait, she's in here dancing now. Like I'm like, what's going on?
Tits out for the boys right
She's like,
now.
hey,
That's that good first date dick. That's that
Right.
good first date dick.
he is good.
Listen, closed legs still get fed. I not closed legs right now.
Right,
Just so you know.
exactly. I think there's some opening.
This shirt is a farce.
There's
This
an
shirt is a
opening.
farce.
Yeah.
I want my money back.
Wait, Bartel. What? I'm probably not going to read too many more of these
Bartel.
comments. But he's like, it's not random if you're on a date with him. Yes, it is. If you're on a date with him, the whole point is to get to know him. And
So
so,
what is random? You supposed to meet somebody on the street and fuck?
I guess.
Don't listen to Bartel.
You don't know if
Please,
he's
just-
like,
You want this streetwise? Let's fuck.
right. Okay, dirty dick. Yeah, like, no, thank you. You don't know what is
What time
going
is
on.
this show over?
Like, hell.
God.
Right, exactly.
No to foreign penis. No.
No. I mean, there's too much going on with foreign penis.
Yeah, oof.
Like
no,
this,
no.
no, you don't know
Quarantine
what.
should have taught your ass. Do not just be out.
Bartel,
Bartel, shut the hell up.
There are people out here fucking with a mask on. Don't sleep.
So Sway Sway is one of our friends. Sway Sway says, Bartel, I go on random dates. Sway Sway is also a flight attendant.
Okay, sway.
So Sway Sway, you bet he don't miss a Nancy Tom.
You mean folks on the flight?
Yes, he mean folks on the
She.
Right.
Mile High
Oh,
Club.
she. Okay.
Sway is a flight.
Sway is a flight attendant.
First of all,
Okay.
she's adorable and her energy is great. So Sway, I'm just saying.
That changes the dynamic.
what
of
are you
things.
doing, Sway?
Yeah. Oh, and now, okay, Chad Edmonds. Yeah, I'll get
Don't
off
listen
my
to him.
boy.
These are people we know. They just special. Don't
Yeah,
worry
okay.
about it.
We'll
Bless
just
them.
leave him
What
alone.
else you got, boo?
Okay, so let's see what our next question is for our group. What we got? Okay, so what do you want as a woman? Please categorize want, needs, and fantasy. This could go on. We could have done a show.
Like, dang, we didn't bring notebooks for this. Next, could we just?
Okay, well, okay.
That's a long.
All right,
we
that's
kinda
long.
answered that
Let's bring
earlier
us back.
too,
I
though,
think we
right?
did too. Okay,
That's
so let's
bring us back. That's a
That's
whole
okay.
nother
That's,
show.
that's a whole different show. Okay, so why can't y'all put the toilet seat down? Why we always got to leave it down for y'all? Why that's funny is I don't care.
Because first of all,
Like I don't care.
I don't care.
I mean, I feel like everyone. I personally, if we want to get granular, I like the lid down. I don't want to look into the toilet when I go into the bathroom.
No, I literally leave the bathroom when I brush my teeth because I don't like brushing my teeth in the bathroom because
Because things
I
just fly
have-
around.
that's
Right.
just
Okay.
my
Exactly.
thing. However, if there's a man like staying in my house, I don't give a crap about the seat being up. I just like, oh yeah, like yes.
I- Everyone can adjust the seat to their own liking. That's how I feel. Put the lid down. I put the lid down. I don't care what he does. Like, whatever.
I mean, I guess it's different when you live with a person.
Yeah,
And you're
I'm
like,
telling
yo,
you,
like,
I live with
put
him.
the damn
Tripping on
seat
that.
down sometimes.
Okay, so
who cares?
let's also be clear.
It's a
There are
minor thing in
many
life.
other things to argue about
Yeah.
besides where the toilet seat is.
I agree.
So if you're a woman and that is something that you choose to argue about, then you are doing yourself a disservice because there are many. And also, if that's the only thing you have to argue about, good for you.
We call that super petty.
That is dope. I mean, seriously, if your relationship is such that all you have to argue about is the toilet seat,
But if it's the bottom
Go
of your
girl.
argument and you
But
have
right.
other stuff going on,
Exactly.
like, girl, it's the damn toilet seat.
exactly. So just
Communicate.
communicate
Back to that.
exactly. So yeah,
that don't lead to the toilet seat at my house.
yeah. I don't
Okay.
really care.
Good check.
Okay. So like next question. Okay. So
Pause. They're having way too much fun in this booth.
they're drinking.
Oh, you're right.
That's what it is.
You're right. You're right.
And
We're
they've been-
enjoying your
And
conversation.
they've been drinking for a while, so it's all good. Okay, so why do you say you want a good man, but seem to go with the exact opposite of a good man? What's up with that?
Somebody said ooh back there. That
They're
is
like,
just-
ooh.
That's probably her, man. That's probably her.
I've always liked good men, smart men. I don't like the bad.
I have
guys.
never liked
honestly,
bad boys.
Never
I've
have.
never been a bad boy. You should have got somebody in here that likes bad boys.
Yeah.
I've never liked bad boys.
I do have one or two friends that may enjoy that. I don't know why.
I got a lot of friends
It's like the
that
same
enjoy
guys that like hoes. Like, I mean, realistically, like one of my boys broke it down. Like I told you, I have a lot of male friends, and so I always ask them these questions. And so they will say, hoes are exciting. Like they keep shit going. They keep
I
things
like
up.
this lady
like
so
they
much.
just, you know what I mean? And so it's the same thing with bad boys. Bad boys are like,
drama. People like
you know,
drama. A
you
human
don't want a dude that like
characteristic.
goes home every night and just pays his bills and goes to
I
bed.
also don't wanna
Like, you
get
just
shot
want-
nowhere.
You want something a little more. I mean, I don't, but I mean that's my friends who are intrigued by the bad boy. That's what it is. They have a lot going on.
The drama, like,
It's called
it.
toxicity.
Cool.
Yes.
I don't want no parts of none of that.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I don't want to argue every day. I don't want to wake up mad. I don't want nobody to roll over mad. Leave me alone.
Okay, so we probably have time for like one more question.
And this flew by.
I'm gonna make it a good
Hold
one
on.
though. I'm making it a good one.
Okay, so Herb, if it isn't you, is this Tucson on this thing? Oh, shut up. Anyway, go for it.
Why does your next always have to be bad relationship Jesus to absorb the wrongs from your previous?
That's called being childish. Those are young people doing that.
Well, the pendulum swings pretty hard, right? Like, so for example, if you were with a man who was cheating, right? You're like, I don't want a man who cheats any kind of way, upside down. Like, I don't want anything that looks like cheating. And because the pendulum has swung really hard on the other side. Now, realistically, at some point, it will land. Okay, nobody wants a cheater. Let's start with that. But, if you see anything that kind of looks like that last man who was a cheater, then you're like, I don't know. Like, it's just, you're a little bit, it's like poking a bruise, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know about bad relationship Jesus, but,
That was a lot.
that's a whole lot.
I don't even know
that's-
how the Lord got in this.
That's a Big Mac right there. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, but yeah, when you've been traumatized, Angela, what do you think? I see you with thoughts. Go ahead. Tell me.
I agree. You hit the nail on the head. You've been traumatized, so you want to run in the opposite direction.
Right.
But I mean, it's a good. You have to have the right balance, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can't project that old stuff on somebody new. That's kind of.
You gotta wipe the slate, but
absolutely.
yeah.
Has anybody in this room ever been to therapy before?
Yes,
I mean, specifically like for like dealing with old wounds and like that kind of thing.
absolutely.
So then you understand that the reason why that's important is so that you don't take that stuff. And so what they do tell you is if there's a space in something that happens with you in a situation next, there's a reason why,
Right.
right? Because you've done your work.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with it, right? So you do have to do the work personally to kind
gotta
of
do the work.
And if you allow yourself to stay in a bad relationship, then you're basically volunteering to have adverse
Yeah.
effects from it, right? So it's
100%.
the minute you cut bait, the minute you figure out that there's some bullshit going on, just keep it moving. But Shanine, what do you think?
Oh, Lord.
She's sliding the mic over like,
How
let me
much
tell
coffee
you.
have you? No.
No,
She needs a little more coffee.
Have some more coffee, please.
it's super full.
I'm having water, so I'm super boring right now. This is Chris the Critic plied me with lots of shots. But go ahead.
So I am someone who I've had some bad experiences, but I've never allowed that to, screw up my thought process about the journey that I'm on to find love. So no, I don't. I'm not that person.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it go. That's in the past. That was that person. That was that relationship. I learned from my mistakes. Definitely identify the red flags that I saw and ignored, and I keep it moving.
Okay.
So.
I think the problem with like knowing that yourself, like you went through this thing yourself, right? And then you're around other people. And so now you know in your mind what you won't deal with and what you will deal with. People kind of like throw it off as a trigger.
Right.
And that's not always the case.
I hate that word, by the way.
It's awful,
It's
right?
triggering to
But
me.
it's like,
Is that my fault?
That's the thing.
Okay.
please let me keep
Find
her.
a way to be
I
untriggered.
love her
Okay.
so much. Please, I love you so much. Girl, we can stop. I'm just saying, so like what people like take is like that whole like trigger thing is like some of us have actually worked through this whole thing.
Right.
And so when you see something that you know that's going to put you in a like the place that you've removed yourself from, it's time to move on.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's it. Like it.
Don't keep poking that bruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people can call it whatever they want. They can call it like, oh, she's triggered. Like it's stupid.
It's triggering to me.
It's so stupid. It's like, no, if you feel a way about it, there's a reason why. It didn't
Right.
come from anywhere. It didn't come from outer space. It didn't come from, this is my new experience with this. It's something that you've dealt with already.
Right.
So deal with it. Go to therapy.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
to therapy.
Go to therapy. Deal with your problems. All right. So I think we have jurisdiction to talk about a few more things right now. Okay. So.
Okay, Brian.
I like this booth shit, by
He
the way.
is like really in the booth, like
He's
MC
the-
Let me
Almighty.
tell you this real quick.
He's like,
brother
Let me tell you this real
Almighty.
quick.
What you got?
Gina might need her own show. Fuck Chris. And I might give
No,
her
you
mine so I
actually-
can be in the booth.
You
I
actually
agree.
do. need
Gina's
your
the
own.
bomb.
Gina is the shit.
Oh, you guys are so
Chris, you don't ever
nice.
let her talk.
Just
Let her
like
talk more,
one
Chris.
time.
Let her talk more. Sorry,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no, you do. You have a different perspective on like what's really happening.
Look, I try. I was a relationship columnist for a long time.
So you need a relationship coach. It's a damn show, ma'am.
The brown chicks.
I'm pretty sure you get that phone call tomorrow.
From your lips to God's ears.
Won't he do?
Won't he do it?
will.
Okay, so here's a compound question. What qualities must you have to mandate a relationship that requires zero financial responsibilities?
Huh?
Secondly, okay, so
Wait. Start off. With
I know, as if that weren't bad enough, we got a two-part. Okay.
Wait, hold on, Gina. My bad.
whoa,
I didn't
whoa,
edit that
wait.
question. My bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
What?
And then your boy has an interesting point. Okay, so I'll get to that, then I'll do this, then I get to that. Okay, so what qualities must you have to mandate? I don't really understand the question. To mandate a relationship that requires zero financial responsibility. So I guess what kind of man do you need?
So go Dutch.
So that you will cover all the finances, I guess. And secondly, are you willing to follow the true traditional role 100% to the letter if you get that 100% provider? So basically, you can't tell a man that he needs to provide 100% if you're not cooking and cleaning some shit.
Well, we gonna do that anyway, because where the hell they gonna be at? We gonna cook and clean anyway. These men are not as responsible as our grandfather.
Okay, so some people aren't cooking and cleaning. Let me start with that.
I
There-
am definitely cooking and cleaning.
There are some
Cardi
people who
B
wear.
says she not cooking and cleaning.
Of course she's not.
Well,
No, but
we
some
know that.
some women, and I have these conversations with women because I really enjoy cooking, right? And so that's kind of my thing. But there are women who wear their inability to cook like a badge of honor.
Bless
I don't cook.
Bless them, Lord.
Okay.
Bless them.
And my father got me out of that. I'll tell you who got me out of that. When I was very young, moved into my first apartment, I was like, oh, cooking. What's that about? There's ordering. And my father's like, look, the inability to feed yourself is ignorant. Like, do not, like, why would you choose not to be able to make food that you enjoy? Like, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Correct.
So I was like, okay, daddy. So then I learned to cook, and then men really enjoy it. Like, once my joke was that once I cook for a dude, I could not get rid of him. And so this is why I'm getting married. Lee, he's at home right now, like, I'm starving. But yeah, there are some people who wear that as a badge of honor. So I kind of understand the question.
Can we do a poll?
I don't understand
Let's
the
do a
question.
poll.
Because
Let's do a poll.
Listen,
how
let me
many
tell
women
you.
don't cook?
Men are not allowed in my kitchen. You are in my way.
My thing too.
Men are
I'd
not
like to
allowed in
know,
my
though.
kitchen. Like
Yeah.
I don't like if unless you're bringing the groceries back from where they're supposed to be from. You're not allowed in my kitchen. That's how you feed your family.
Right.
That's how I was raised.
Right.
I just don't know that there's a large percentage, a significant amount. Is
but
there
here-
a significant amount
here's-
of women
here's
that
what's-
don't
I have
cook
talked
at
to
all?
more
here's
than
what's
I am
crazy.
comfortable with that do not cook.
Crazier about it is my father was the master of the kitchen because my mother wasn't. So
Well, someone's got to take that role, right? Like both of you can't, unless you have a lot of money, both of you can't be the people. And then it's kind of like you can't control what's going into your body. I mean, it's just a bad way to live, honestly, to be in. So let's back up on that. Okay, so they're wondering if you're going to be it says Gina B froze. It keeps saying that I froze.
I know I'm just that she's frozen. I was going.
How am I frozen and nobody else is?
I don't know.
That's weird. Okay, so sorry, Randy. I don't know. Okay, so. All right, this is kind of weird. Okay, so if Black women are the victims of poor branding, marketing, and promotion, what should be the Black woman's strategic marketing plan going forward?
Is this a man asking this question?
Of course it is.
What the hell is that even?
Like, this is the Black man asking questions to the Black woman. That's what it is.
Give us your money. Give us all of your money.
So, okay, so if we're saying that, like, Black women get a bad rap, right, because of what they see in the media, then this question looks, unless Brian can say if I'm misinterpreting this, the question is, what should be the Black woman's strategic marketing plan? Like, how should we present ourselves so that we are represented in the way we want to be represented? Miko, what you got?
Ready.
Yeah, okay, no, don't strain yourself. Tell us what you think.
Was there a name on this question?
Jamal.
Oh my God. Okay, so listen, Jamal.
Look here, Jamal.
What you can do is when you're spending your money, is invest in the Black people, the Black women that you want to have your money. How about that? Jamal.
Jamal.
I know Jamal.
Oh, okay.
Jamal is the shit.
So you know
But yeah,
what,
like
you know
honestly,
Jamal.
the
I don't
answer
know
is
Jamal.
like, listen, if you have these kind of questions, right? Like we all have businesses, we have practices, we have things we're doing, we have shows, we have all this stuff. Like it's a lot of talk about how great we're doing, but it's not a lot of money being funneled into what we're doing. So if you're a man with a business and dispensable income, you can reinvest some of your money into some of these Black women-owned businesses.
But I think the question becomes like, what can we as Black women? How can we present ourselves?
We've already done it.
So
We do it all the time.
Well, yeah.
right now, for the
think we have-
women in our age group, you know, we're either who we are now or not us,
Right.
basically. But for those of you out there who have younger women, young ladies, buy my book, The Girl
It all
Code.
comes back to
That's
buy
it.
my book.
There's
Girl
always
code,
something for sale.
Rules of Engagement, and in my book, I really do discuss how young women can. I tell them about the unspoken rules of womanhood, you know, and how we should conduct ourselves in different areas as far as friendships, relationships, business, just conducting yourself as a polished young woman. So if you have younger women, buy my book, and because they're our future. These are going to be the people, the women,
telling you.
the young women who are going to come up behind us, who are going to either make a difference or they're going to be like the women that they see right now today in social media and music videos and all that stuff. So
In our instant
I
gratification
already got a
society.
plan. My marketing plan is finna be on and popping.
So how about this?
buy
How
my
about
book.
all the people in this room, we put something together for your age range, for your book, and we make that happen.
And that could be.
Listen,
bingo?
All right,
I'm
so
gonna say let's do more persons. So if you want it to happen, it can.
all right, I'm gonna. Okay, so there was an interesting point made, in the questions, and it says, if all relationships are mirrors, can y'all admit to your own ain't shitness, which I guess is a term, when stuff goes wrong? Okay,
Why is
not
he
in the
like
beginning?
this?
Well, was he not here at the beginning of the conversation?
Sometimes we're not shit though.
that.
Sometimes the mirror reflects, and we do this thing where we decide like how not good enough we are, right? So it ain't about us not being shit. It's about us trying to pour everything into a person.
Well, yeah, it's that, but it's also like you have to like, okay. So one of the reasons why I was very like particular about figuring out, once you date a couple cheaters, right? At some point you have to figure out, okay, the common denominator here is me.
Accountability.
Right? So what am I doing that
It's attracting accountability.
is attracting that,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
you have to figure that out. Like that's if you keep attracting the same type of person, then it's really on you to figure out, okay, what am I putting out?
No, and you're right.
Yeah.
And it is what are you putting out that's attracting this energy, right?
Right, exactly.
I literally dealt with this. So it was like, okay, let's figure it out. Let's change the energy and change what I'm projecting on myself.
Right.
But it doesn't always work that way.
You have to vibrate higher.
But it's also you have to be around people who have been loved properly.
Yeah. But that's part of the whole
Some of these
thing.
people have not been loved properly.
But you have to cut
I
that
said
off
it.
at the knees.
I said it. Brian was like, don't say that, don't say that.
But but it's the truth.
No, that's fucking right. Do that shit.
But
Say that shit.
have also not seen a good example of love.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they haven't been loved properly enough to understand like when a woman pours into them, it's just that.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yep.
It's not always like
agenda.
there's something happening or blah, blah, blah. Like they don't know how to accept or respond to it.
Right.
So they do stupid shit.
Yeah. So, okay, so we are at the close of the show of In the Zone. This has been so much fun. Thank you, Brian, for having us. I will host for you anytime you want.
I'm probably
Let
not
me
gonna be
know.
invited back.
I think you just stole my damn show.
I did not steal the show.
Sorry for your show, bro.
I think
Ladies'
you stole my
night.
whole
You were the
show.
overlord. Look, you're always there.
You can come on my show anytime. I'll see you next
All right,
Tuesday.
I'll come. Look,
I'll see you Tuesday, June 1st.
look, I'll be there.
Look, man's gonna be like, "Hey, Foss, it was a pleasure having
hold on
you.
to the phone call
It was a
after
pleasure having you, but I think Gina's got your."
No.
Gina, you are amazing at this.
Awesome
Thank
host.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
even
you.
know
Thank
why
you
you talk
guys.
to
It's
nobody
been
else.
fun. This is fun.
Sorry, Foss, about the show.
Hopefully the people that ask the questions feel satisfied in the answers. I'm sure some of
They
them
don't.
won't.
They were being super
but
petty.
yeah,
Most of them we
that's
know,
fine.
so they're being petty.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So anyway, bye, Shanine's book.
Oh, Tucson, you had a question earlier about why were we now all classified as hoes or something crazy?
There was some hoe question. There.
It was some hoe questions,
There was a hoe question.
but they were on. But men asked us questions. We didn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
Wait, hold on.
So some of the
hold
men's
on.
were hoes.
Week
We have
Wednesdays are not here yet. So I mean, if you want to, keep moving for a hot second and let's fill in for my frat, make
All
sure he
right.
gets in time.
Here's what we do. Let's look at the comments. Okay, look at the comments. If you've got any burning questions for us left, then we will take 2. So if you've got good questions, and
love this lady.
Make them good. Don't
love
bring
this
any
lady so much.
bullshit. So,
Don't bring the bougie.
and I realize that we're on delay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time to come up with the questions. And some of you have been feeding us questions the entire time. Chris the Critic, what you got? My co-host, I'm sure has something.
This
Wait.
might be an interesting comment.
Okay, the
Here's the
percentage of us-
best thing though.
Yeah, look at this comment.
Waleed, this is
like
the one I
that.
want. Like I know we gotta go. Someone, have you fixed this?
Yeah, that.
The percentage of us who haven't seen healthy love or been loved properly might be quite high. I think it's the underlying reason for the dysfunction. And that I believe that's true.
truth.
I believe because if you haven't seen an example, you can't replicate it, right?
Listen, when you get to know somebody like in your life, right, and you want to keep them as a partner and like all this stuff, and they start to divulge things. If you are a person, nobody's been loved properly, right? But if you're a person who like grew up with like
I'll tell
all
you
the
why.
things,
Yeah.
you understand and you know what it looks like when a person has a bit. So you want to do more, right? Mm-hmm. We always want to do more, but you can't. But you can't because that's not on you. And then that thing comes like, oh, let's go to therapy. Let's blah blah blah.
See, if we're not careful, and I feel I've done this. Okay, so we will recreate our households.
Correct.
And so I am with a person who is very similar in disposition to my father.
Yeah.
And has a very similar kind of like profession in a sense.
Yeah.
In a
I get
way.
that.
I mean, same kind of industry. And so we will gravitate back to what's comfortable for us, right? Yeah. So if you didn't grow up in an environment where there was love, and there was an example for love, then you need to kind of do that work too. If you want an environment where there is love in your life. And so that's just my theory.
I think therapy now, though, is more acceptable.
Not a theory, that's
so.
a fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when you're not loved properly, you do things differently. When you decide to not fix yourself, but like go in, I know we're still on. Go in spaces where like you decide to deal with your trauma, deal with what's ever happened in your life. Your life is different.
Yeah,
It's just different.
it is.
Right? But
Life rewards action.
But if we're talking about like how we protect our men, protect our space, protect ourselves, we gotta then go and say, hey, look, some of you niggas weren't loved properly, and like I'm trying to fix. So we get into this phase of a fix.
But once you see that, cut that bait, because that will damage you. When you dance with the devil, you don't change the devil. The devil changes you.
We don't know the devil is.
That's so true.
We don't know the devil is the devil.
You see signs. You see the
you know,
horns.
Again,
he
right?
likes to
I saw the devil.
I didn't.
Okay, and I ignored him and allowed him to come into my space and allowed him to come
This
into
is
my
your
home.
fault.
And it was the worst relationship I've ever
I'm
been
telling
in
you,
my entire
sometimes you
life.
don't
Yeah.
know that the devil exists until you try to
Change the devil.
change the devil.
And we are the original rehabbers, and y'all know it. Women will be like, I got my nails in my hammer. You cannot change this man. That is the wrong thing to think.
Listen, let me tell y'all something, black men in this booth. We
Y'all.
gonna love on y'all regardless.
Yep.
And so it is not our job to fix your friends. It is your job to fix your mates. How about that? Your friends, mates, black men. Right?
Check your
Have-
friends.
have more-
Wait, what the fuck are you saying? What?
what I'm saying is,
Wait,
what
what?
I'm saying is,
Hold your friends accountable.
What I'm saying is, have more conversations with your friends that hold them accountable.
Facts.
That by the time they get
Facts.
to us,
Facts.
we're not the people
Facts.
that's fixing them.
Facts.
Right.
Can I be done now?
It's like the
You
good
told me
cops
to
and the
shut
bad
up, and I
cops.
should have.
It's like the good cops and the bad cops, right? So we hold the good cops accountable because if you
Yeah.
don't tell on your bad cop, you will all be associated together. So you just need to get all that together.
And that's what's real. Like it's like at this point, like we are all in this room of age where we should know that like if we say things to men and they're not receptive, right? We already know like, okay, this nigga ain't been loved properly.
Right.
But as a friend, if they come back with that, like your least response should be anything but get your shit together.
Yeah, it shouldn't. You shouldn't co-sign that. Like that shouldn't be. You should be like, no, dude. You really.
Gene, I agree. Here's the problem with that.
They don't communicate. You guys might not be
No,
communicating.
it's not about. It's not about not communication. It's about most of his boys are probably fucked up too,
Yeah.
so they can't even
And
call it out.
Birds of a feather.
Listen, and I've been in rooms where like I've been like the only because my brother was there, right? So I've been the only like in the room where it was the only girl, and it's like a bunch of dudes, and they really have these conversations, and I'm like,
That's what the platonic friend
y'all
is
not
good,
having
though.
the right conversation, and so I'm like, I tell my brother like I have like an actual brother, and I'm like, he's like, and literally everybody just is like, yeah, my nigga, and it's like, nah, just have the conversation.
Right. Have that conversation. I'm
Platonic
sorry.
friends are good for that, though, because I've told some of my guy friends, no, that was ridiculous what you did.
Yeah.
But
You keep. I mean,
but-
you keep each other honest when you're platonic. I
Right.
love having platonic male
But
friends.
the problem is they'll tell you, but they won't tell them.
Right.
And so these are the people that will check them. It's not our job to check them.
I don't like the way you
'Cause
pointing
they're
at me like
grimy
this.
too.
It's
I mean,
like-
I like the way
Damn.
you did.
I don't like the way
Those two.
God,
You
me
two
and
in the
Jamil are
booth.
very
Y'all
offended.
are the only men in here.
Uh-oh.
You
All
are
right,
the
my
other-
man is here. Wico Witness
Okay, it's
is
Wico.
here.
Oh, look. Hey, brother. How you
like, who
doing?
does that?
All right, we got to wrap. We got to wrap.
Oh, no,
All right,
wait,
you guys.
wait,
Okay.
wait. He said keep it moving.
Oh, keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Look,
all
my
I'm
sister is tired.
all
I've
I'm
done
saying
2
is-
shows. Look, I'm just.
Well, you didn't even come in here. I'll come in that booth and we'll keep this motherfucker
Come on. Get
going.
somebody. Tap out.
I'm good. I'm good.
Tap
I'm
out
not. I don't
friend.
need to tap out. I'm good. I'm good.
All
Brian, no, come in. We can pull a chair over. That's cool. I'm good with that.
Oh, that means I can get the big chair now. Okay.
You ain't got that big chair. You can sit at the big people's table. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Have you been?
There's another chair.
Okay, another chair. Okay, come on.
Go
Okay. All right, so Brian, how have you felt about this? How have you felt about this takeover?
Listen, I'm going to tell you what.
Sanctioned to take over.
Scooch it. Let me have some water.
I'm being picked up. So I don't know.
You can have some water.
Look at that, I'm good.
There's water.
Because it's fun that you have water here and water there as well. Listen, I really have enjoyed the ladies' perspectives on these things. I really have. This is why we have these shows, so we can have these dynamic conversations and have the differing viewpoints. What I really want to do, the world is open. First of all, let me say this. I am so glad the world is opening up and everybody's, not everybody, but the people that are vaccinated and we feel comfortable around. I've missed you all. I've missed you all so much. I've missed you. I want to just knock this shit. I want to knock this glass down. We still want to do our thing. But what I really want to do is start having these conversations, and it's like 2 dudes, 2 ladies, and we're really not shooting at each other, not having this combative ass conversation. I mean, it's gonna turn into that because we're not always gonna agree.
We're 2 different types of people. I mean,
Yeah, which is different. Yeah.
We're all different people, so like we.
Yeah, but what I really want to, but
we all came to the same accord.
That's right. But what I really want to do is have these conversations in real time with real people, with real men, real women, and make this thing a thing because it's a lot of people are misunderstood and misunderstanding even what you're saying right now.
right.
So I'm good. I don't need headphones. I don't give a shit. Okay, cool. I'm in the room with y'all. I'm good. So that's where I'm at with it, and I'm so appreciative that you all came and had this conversation, and Gina hosted it. And I'm like, hold on, Gina still got more questions.
So much
sure.
fun.
Oh, there's more
Let me
questions.
tell you
There's more
something,
questions.
Gina. Like, I love you, Gina.
Hey, let me tell you something. Gina ain't shit.
Gina,
She steals money and view.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm sorry, what?
Whoa.
Hold up
We didn't
now.
Whoa.
Get my show ticket.
Listen. So I'm here. Well, I was here for like months at a time, doing the midday show. So I've heard so much about you.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be back in June.
Come on back.
So
We can get it together,
gotta
Miko.
figure
We gotta
this
do it
shit
together. We gotta do it together. That'd be fun.
child, it's gonna be a mess. Is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a
I
mess.
don't want to be on it at 3:00 in the morning because Gina took my spot.
Not big.
This was your loss. Beef sauce with
Oh, you know what? Here, I got something to tell you
Gina
guys. Okay,
Ross
so
with the sauce.
tomorrow, Thursday. If we're opening up, so there's an event, and it's a Protect Chicago vaccination event, but there's going to be some dope DJs. Sean Dervis, Lady D, Ben Lamar are going to be the promontory tomorrow at 2 o'clock, 2 to 7.
What time is Lee spinning?
Lee is not spinning,
her
but he's
so
producing it.
Okay,
So,
there you go.
so go by the promontory from 2 to 7. And it's a vaccination event. It's a Protect Chicago event. And it's a celebration for Chicago musicians. So if you guys, everybody should go. It'll be fun. If you can get off work or whatever your schedule is, just do it from 2 to 7 tomorrow at the promontory.
party.
That's Thursday, May 20th.
Party.
Day drinking is back, and that is like the shit, right? Like we missed day drinking.
Really? It left?
Well, not by yourself in your home,
right.
right? We were day drinking by ourselves in the crib. A more healthy form of day drinking has been reinstated. So, anyway.
Hold on, wait.
No, I was just gonna add. So I was gonna say. So we're doing a. Shut up. Juneteenth event in front of the Woodlawn.
Oh, nice.
1200 East 79th Street. We're looking for vendors. We're looking for artists. We're looking for acts, right? If you want to be involved, just email girlfridayinc@gmail.com, Inc with INC, and
We have gotten to the promotion part of the show.
Oh, and I have
But
some
let me ask this. Gina, now a black man is on the show, about
Okay.
to ask some black
Okay.
questions. I got real questions.
What you got? What you got?
It's Gina's
Herb is
show,
like,
but
wrap
now
that
I'm
shit
here to
up.
ask questions. Let me ask this, and this might be old. If you was young,
wrap it up, B.
who said that? I got
producer.
one last question.
Wrap it up.
I got one last question.
Peaches and Herb.
Why don't you
wrap it
Wrap
up?
it up, B.
Herb,
Wrap it up.
why don't you suck dick more often, more frequently?
I knew that was gonna be on here.
Nigga, I suck dick all the time. Okay, bye.
Oh, Gina.
I'm like, well, there needs to be some incentive.
We wrong.
Don't be like
you
coming.
already
Don't
answered.
don't
You
come
already
home.
answered.
Don't come home from basketball talking about pulling a Joe Pesci. Like nobody wants that shit. Like you just like.
You gotta ask young girls this, cause listen,
I have not had a complaint.
Doesn't mean it wasn't bad.
Damn. Okay, you
Doesn't
know
mean
who
it wasn't bad.
we need to have Goody Howard back on the show. Remember Goody? Goody
I
was
remember
our
Goody.
sex therapist.
I
She was
remember Goody.
dope. We need to have her back to like, if anybody is
Listen.
having problems with that, Goody will help you out.
I love that her name is Goody Howard,
She
not
changed
Doogie
it.
Howard, cause Goody Howard.
Yeah, Goody.
If it was Goody
is
Head,
Goody.
it'd be a whole nother conversation.
It would be.
Shadeen, you didn't get the answer.
I like to satisfy my man.
Woo! Done and done.
Her legs might be closed, but her mouth is open.
Oh! This is the only way you can eat. Hey, y'all, it's another episode of the In the Zone podcast. We on the What's in
was
It for the
perfect.
Black
On
People
that
Network. I love my ladies. I love my dudes. Listen, we are off next week. We are off next week. There's no show. We will be back after Memorial Day weekend. You all have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Love your extended stay. Love your ladies and
Fire
your gentlemen.
emojis.
And I'll see you on June 3rd.
My show just got canceled.
Your show is burnt up as toast. See y'all after Labor Day. Love you. Peace out.
That was so good.